Okay, so you landed a software engineering job. You proved that you have what it takes. But instead of tackling exciting enterprise level problems, you feel stagnant. You are stuck on boring tasks. And you think that the only way to grow as a developer now is to actually sacrifice your evenings and weekends to self-study. I've been there and I'm here to tell you that this is the wrong approach. Your most powerful career accelerator is not your evenings or weekends, it's your 9-to-5 job. In this video I'll share the exact strategies I used to grow my skills all during the paid work hours. My name is Aleksei, I'm Java developer, and I firmly believe that spending more than 8 hours at your job is not a good practice. All my professional growth happened during this 8 hours window, and after that I close my laptop and I don't think about my job. I also love to speak about things that I think are effective, but nobody loves to mention them for some reason on the internet. So that's why I have this channel. There are only 4 major mistakes that you can nowadays make to slow down your progress as a developer. And the first one obviously is ChatGPT or any artificial intelligence assistants. Delegating to artificial intelligence is just like an elevator. If you are taking an elevator today, this particular road will be easier for you, but any other next road will be harder because you don't practice the stairs. And when you feed the problem to artificial intelligence, you're skipping the most important exercise day, the problem solving skills, the one that focuses on problem solving muscle. Here's what usually happens for me. I will feed the artificial intelligence a problem and it will give me the perspective of the problem. That will obviously sound logical. You have no idea if it's right or not, it sounds good, but the only way to validate is to actually feed it to the code. So implement the suggested fix or whatever, and if the fix is right, your job is done. You can already close the ticket, but what if it's not? You will not go and investigate because AI gave it to you, let AI fix that. So you will again feed the AI new error and you will try it again and again and again, and basically you will just act like an interface between artificial intelligence and your code base. And that is absolutely natural because our brain is designed to save energy, and thinking consumes a hell amount of energy. So that appetite to delegate to AI will only grow over the time. Now, if your goal is to be efficient and grow as a developer, here's what you can do. You have only 2 choices. First, you try to pick your battles. For example, you don't feed AI the problem, you don't advise what could be the root case, and you never ask it to fix the problem. All those prompts are banned for you from now. The goal is to not delegate any creative work to artificial intelligence. The only thing allowed to delegate is repetitive tasks like feeding documentation, unit tests, even collaboration with the team. You can enhance the emails. That's okay. But the rest is banned, you cannot use it, you have to think yourself. I was scrolling the Reddit for the few days to find alternative ways, and basically the only one is to do the cold turkey method. Just don't use artificial at all. Of course you will feel like you're not so efficient like your colleagues, but in a long term you will get better as a developer. Of course your AI skills will lag behind, but it's better to, at least have the basics, because you will be able to focus on AI skills later. I personally try to balance between AI and my creativity because it's just much more effective, but I find this desire of delegating getting too strong. So now I'm testing the third strategy. I decided to quit AI for 1 month and don't use it at all. I call it kind of blue-green AI usage, so for 1 month I use it, for the next month I don't, and I kind of iterate. That way I still practice AI skills, but I kind of try to also use my brain. I will let you know later how it works. So far I'm kind of struggling without AI. So if you are using artificial intelligence, just restricting amount of usage can be already beneficial for you. The next one is relying only on easy tasks. I do get that because in your team you have the reputation, and you also think that everybody sees your failures. So because you want to be seen as a strong developer, you should not fail. You should be able to tackle every problem you get, and also don't spend more story points than estimated. So when you have 2 tasks in a backlog, one is for 3 story points and one for 8. The first one is easy for you because you have done it before. Maybe it's like writing unit tests or just feeding the documentation or whatever it is, but you know that this is an easy one. And the next one is for 8 story points. It's like something completely new for you, like writing new functionality, writing new, component, or just making research or MVP of some new functionality. This is hard, you have no idea how to do that, maybe it's in a component that you never touched before. So if your goal is to be seen as a strong developer, you obviously want to avoid everything that might be risky, so you will obviously pick something easier. And that is the exact moment when you are losing the value. Because why to study something risky where you have to study the logic, ask the team members the questions that you think are stupid and obvious for them, and potentially fail in so many places, when you can just take something that you're familiar with and it will be easy for you to implement, you don't have to communicate with somebody, so it's just no-brainer. The problem is, by picking repetitive, easy tasks, you are playing against yourself long-term. The difficult tasks are requiring you to think, to analyze the logic, to think about how the components integrate, to actually collaborate with the team members to design and to implement the new logic. That is very challenging, but that is exactly what will boost your career over the time. That's exactly what we are paid for as a developers. It's always no pain, no gain, so even in that case, after completing an 8 story point ticket, you will feel tired, but also very happy and much more confident than at the beginning. Because you proved to yourself that you are able to step into something undefined and actually do the work. There is nothing that builds confidence more than that. The next reason why you probably are lagging behind as a developer is actually the one that I share the most. I would call this kind of contractor attitude. In essence, you're kind of not going deep enough or not understanding the context. If you have ever worked like a contractor, you know what I'm speaking about. Because you know that you're just a gear in a system and you are very easily replaceable. Nobody is interested in your growth long term. For me, it was even openly communicated that I'm here only to deliver and nobody cares about my kind of personal development. And of course, it doesn't feel better knowing that you will not have any notice period in the worst case. Because tomorrow you can open your laptop and already not have an access to the VPN, so eventually just losing your job in one day. But the interesting part is that it's not unique to the contractors. Even full-time folks are having the same problem. My reason to grow and to become better developer was actually a fear of losing my job and not being able to find the next one. So it was natural for me to focus on the things that I was evaluated based on. So all those stupid metrics like amount of closed tickets, total number of story points, or maybe trying to reduce the amount of collaboration with the team because, well, you are stealing the time from your colleagues. And while this is actually a very logical approach, there is one big problem with that. There is no time for self-development. So if you are having that mindset, listen to me carefully. It doesn't matter if you're a contractor or full-time employee. Your role in the company is to make it profitable. Even if you are told about the personal development, it's just a fluff. Every company cares only about numbers. It cares only about the profit. And that's totally okay. It's only your responsibility to grow as a specialist. And the good thing is, it's only you who define when the task is ready. So hear me out. When you finish the task, don't report that it's done right away. Spend an extra hour on it. Go deeper. Do you understand the context? Do you understand what you changed? Do you understand how this functionality involves the logic of the whole project? Do you understand how those components integrate? Use that time. How does this whole thing fit in your programming worldview? Is it good? Is it following the best practices? If it's not, what's the reason? You have just to sit and think. Don't hurry up, do a little research, maybe ask your colleagues. Just don't use ChatGPT, please. By now you have done what the company needs, you have the business logic implemented, so you have this well-deserved hour to focus on your personal growth. Nobody was ever escalated for spending an extra hour on a task. Just make sure not to mingle with your personal time. It should happen during your working time. Because if you spend more than 8 hours, it means that your salary per hour is less, so you're effectively making less money, and you don't want that eventually. And the last reason I think also is very relevant to many of you is locking in one single company. Because again, internally you are not really afraid of being a bad developer. Nobody was ever punished for that. And it also doesn't affect your life, because bad developer has the same salary as a good developer. You're actually afraid of losing your job and not being able to find better one. And guess what? There is only one way to prove that you're capable. Go and try to pass an interview. How do you know that you're capable? Well, you're able to pass. How do you pass? You answer the questions correctly. How do you answer? You know what the questions are, or you know the answers. How do you know what are the questions or what are the answers? Because you practice on interviews, so that's no-brainer. And guess what? It's completely free. You will be asked kind of enterprise level questions, you also don't risk kind of running out of the companies, because every day there are 10 companies starting like startups and 10 companies bankrupting. So nobody will remember you in a few years. Don't be afraid to run out of positions that you didn't apply yet. Industry just moves so fast. You will probably get a homework and you will be asked questions that are relevant to the real production ready code. So learn those and do those projects, not the ones you think are good or somebody sells you. No company will give you an easy project or ask easy question because it's interested in you as a good candidate. And even in the worst case, when you don't pass an interview, you will have that nice project that you can put on your GitHub and nicely write, "This was made for this company." I practice interviews every month just for the sake of practice. It gives me that freedom and actually confidence in my skills, which results in independence from my current company, allowing me to focus on my personal growth during paid hours. And let's be honest, growth is not comfortable. Choosing a difficult task is just hard, and also forcing your brain to solve the problem without using a known shortcut is just tiring. But that's the pain of the discipline. This is just a temporary problem, and on the other side you will have a confidence, strength and freedom. And what is your alternative? It's just a comfort zone. This is another trap that promises ease but leads to even worse kind of pain, the pain of regret. The regret of looking back in 5 years and realizing that you are stuck in the same place with the same skills and the same anxieties. You have that choice to make every day, the short-term pain for growth or the long-term pain for the regret. So choose the pain that will move you forward. Your future self will thank you for that. If you like this video, you'll find those two useful. And finally, please choose your path, take your step and get paid.